Hello, everybody. There we go. Welcome. Oh, I shifted my camera too far. Hang on. There we go. So there we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to Heart of a Hobbit here on the official Lotro Twitch stream channel. That's twitch.tv/Lotro stream. So, yeah, welcome, welcome. So I'm your host, Little Redhead, and I'll be taking you around some parts of Middle Earth today. We'll be running around here on the Treebeard server, as you see up in the words up there. Yeah, we're going to have some fun. So, hey, the Tired Pierogi says, hail and well met, fellow adventurer. Yes, hello. So it's so funny. It's a weird day because it's like it's raining, but then it stops, and so then it's cool, but then it's humid, and so I'm like, am I hot? Am I cold? The answer is yes. So I'll be like, ooh, on the stream, and then I'll be like, ooh. So we'll just ride these waves together. It'll be an adventurous 2 hours, both in stream and out. So here I am with my little hobbit, Rosenbloom, who somehow has shadow on the lower part of her face, but the upper part of her face is not. I think some shadow stuff may have gone wrong there. I'm not sure what's going on, but that's pretty funny. So, all right, so we are, well, currently I'm in a housing neighborhood, because one of the first things I like to do is, when I log in, is check, has it been 22 hours since the last time I checked an ingredient crate? And as it turns out, I still have 45 minutes until it will have been that much time. So I will pause on that, but I will wave hello to our friend Affodil there. Hello, Affodil. So, I think then we should go ahead and get started on some Delvings. You're getting it too, but only when facing south. How funny. Okay, yeah, so, oops. Maybe because it's like, it's got some sun directional stuff going on. I'll be curious to see if it's like this in the rest of the world too. Oh, yeah, there it is. There it's shifting. Hang on, let me move to the face. See, you can see the face there. I'm always fascinated by, like, because programming is not, like, a simple thing. So I'm always fascinated by the little edge cases that creep in. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's only from the south. How funny. That is hilarious. Hey, Lost-Shire Hobbit. Hello. Hello to you as well. We were just commenting about how the sun is shining right in her eyes, even though she's wearing a sun hat. But at least it's covering like her mouth, so she won't get sunburned on her mouth and her neck, right? It's just kind of funny. But yeah, it changes if you turn away from the south. It seems to not capture it the same. So that's really funny. Okay, so let us head off to a delving. So which one do we want to start with, Affodil? Oh, I like your goose. Very cute. Cleggur. Okay, so we'll head off to the land of the hobbits. Oh, let me check on my window. We are good for 11 more days. Okay, no problem there. So Cleggur is, oh wait, oh no, that's, yeah, Hern. Longaran, Cleggur, here we go, in Swanfleet. Oh, Lost-Shire Hobbit is back home now, got home on Sunday. Well, welcome back. Excuse me, got sniffles all of a sudden too. My allergies were really bad a couple days ago, yesterday. A day recently, I think it was yesterday. Hi. The cat decided she is done and she's getting down. Okay. So the way Delvings works is there are a number of quest givers throughout throughout various pieces in Middle Earth, mainly in Eriador, but not completely. And when you click on them, they have a mission for you. So you can do the mission just like a normal mission. You go in, it's got stuff to do, like for example, this top one, Into the Pits.
Please, stay a moment.
This little hobbit fellow here, he says, grim news. Wargs in the hills surrounding the town grew more aggressive, and it seems there are leaders, or at the very least, tenders who drive their murderous attacks. Our scouts know the location of these feral things, but they show a strength unnatural that terrifies most of our seasoned warriors. Would you help? There are 3 wargs in those hills that we believe are the leaders, each with distinctive markings that set them apart from the rest. They should be easy to identify. Slaying, on the other hand, well, that is the difficulty, is it not? So, yeah, is that a good one? Okay. So, I go ahead and I accept this quest to go do this mission. And then he's like, okay, a word of warning before you go. So this is kind of like, you tee it up and then you hit it. And we're about to hit it here. So he says, a word of warning before you go. Avoid the pointy fangs and sharp claws. They will rend and tear your flesh if they pierce your armor. So each one of these just normal missions often has some sort of a twist. Like they give bonus armor to nearby enemies, that sort of thing. So, Loshire says, hi, Affidel. So in this particular case, there's no twist in this specific mission. Okay, so we get to this point and we say travel now. So we'll go ahead and travel now. And now we are in the mission. Now, and we get a quest, do this thing, defeat those 3, there's 3 named wargs and then 12 others. Now, before we do anything, we're going to go check this delving stone out here that Affidil's just run over to. So this is, I like the shiver emote there, well done. That's the epic shiver. So this delving stone, you'll see it has a ring on it. Yes, the Tired Pierogi says, oh, like the missions to find Bilbo Baggins in Rivendell. Yes, so they're missions just like any other mission. So I could, at this point, just ignore this delving stone and just run off and do the mission as normal. However, if I want like an added complication, I want to add some difficulty, some texture, I want to add stuff to what I'm about to do, I can interact with this delving stone. So I'll do that. So what it has is it has 4 different chunks of available tiers. So like, for example, tier 1, 2, and 3, I would use a zircon to interact, a delving zircon, to interact with this stone. Tiers 4, 5, and 6, it's a garnet. 7, 8, 9, it's an emerald. And 10, 11, and 12, it's an amethyst. So what I would do is I would take my delving stone, which I should have in my inventory. Let's see what I have in my inventory. Okay, so I have, what's that? Crafting materials. Okay, I have an emerald, so that's the 7, 8, 9. I have a zircon, so that's 1, 2, and 3. And I have an amethyst, which is 10, 11, 12. So for some reason, I don't have a garnet on me. It's probably in my personal storage. It's no big deal. The higher, sorry, I just got distracted by my cat. She's outside, and she just like froze for a second, was sniffing the air. I was like, I wonder what she's smelling. What does she see? Now, next door they have chickens, but they've had chickens for a while, so I don't think it's the chickens that have got her attention. Yeah, no, excuse me. Tired Pierogi says, apologies for all the questions. Absolutely ask questions. That's kind of what the stream is for. Like, that's kind of why I stream, because I've learned things in playing the game. Excuse me a second. Excuse me. And I want to share that knowledge. And so you then are able to come in and do these things. And so it's not so scary or not, because if you don't know how to do this and you're like, well, I'm just not going to interact with that part of the game because it doesn't make sense. So from my perspective as a player, I'm like, well, I want to help you be able to know what I know so you can interact with the game too. Sorry, she's doing like the meerkat thing where she's up on her hind paws and looking around. I don't know what she's up to. That is hilarious. Hey, Dame Hypatia. She says, good day, dear gentle hobbits. Good day to you as well. I'm like totally distracted by my cat who's outdoors sniffing the air and standing up on her hind paws as if to get to something. How odd. We have a contained outdoors. The cats can get out, but they can't get out. They have like a caged in spaces that they can go through to go and smell the outdoors. So, okay. So Tired Pierogi asks the question, are the delving gems different from the gem shards? Yes, they are. And as Affadil is trying to show there in the chat, so they are different. You've got zircon shard, which is not the same as the delving zircon. Let me see. Here, can you trade me? Do you have those handy? Trade those to me real quick so I can put them side by side. It might not be as easy to see on screen, but I'll try. Because I can't zoom in to my stuff, you know. But yeah, give me at least a, yeah. So, and I'll scoot these over here. Thank you. Okay, so for example, and we scoot this one up here too. This is the emerald shard. This is the emerald, the delving emerald. This is a zircon. Amethyst zircon. Here we go. Okay, I don't know if you can see very well on my screen. It's kind of teeny tiny, but let me make it at least be just this. If you kind of look here, the thing the hovering on the top row is the regular shards. So Ribbon Star 13, good day to everyone. How are you all doing? Hello. We're talking about the difference between shards, like emerald shards and zircon shards, and delving stones, such as the delving emerald and the delving zircon. So you can see, I'll just leave that there. So the top row are those shards, and they're kind of like pointy, sticky looking things, and you use them in recipes. These bottom ones have the words delving and then whatever they are. And you'll see that they're more chunky. They're more like the sort of thing you would expect to see in like a jeweler's collection. But what you do is when you reach cap level on a server, so for us currently on Treebeard, because it is a progression server, it's not the same as all the other servers. So currently our cap is 95. Our character's level 95. That opens up the delving opportunity to us. The rest of the servers, the cap is 140, or is it 150? Good grief, I think it was 150 now I think about it. So yeah, whatever the maximum level for that server is. So most of the servers are the same, and I think it's 150 now. Yeah, 150. So when your character reaches level 150, you'll get a mail, and attached to that mail will be a delving zircon, and it's like, hey, you can go do delvings now. You know, we need your help with these extra hard things that exist now in Middle Earth, and come and give us a hand. Yeah, the cap is now 150. Thank you, the Tired Pierogi. I play on Treebeard way more than I play over on the regular servers. And I don't, when I'm on the regular servers, I'm usually doing social stuff and less questing stuff, so I do forget. Anyway, thank you. So when you hit cap, which as you say is 150, you'll get a mail message, and a delving stone will be attached, and it'll be the first tier. So the cool thing is when you go and do a delving, it's going to take that stone out of my inventory and stick it in that big thing standing there. If I succeed, it's going to return to me a stone. It's going to return to me a stone for the next level. The idea being that, or for the next tier, I should say. And the idea being that I'm going to come as a brand new delving person, never done a delving before, and I'm going to come in with my little delving zircon that they've sent to me in the mail, and I'm going to do a tier 1. And then after I do a tier 1, and I earn a zircon back, because they're expecting that I'm going to go and do a tier 2. So after I succeed at the tier 2, they're going to give me a zircon because they want me to use it on tier 3. Now, if I succeed in tier 3, they're going to give me a garnet because that's what you need for tier 4. Oh, and they give you a zircon back also. Oh, that's really funny. Oh, you get both its level and the next one. Oh, that's funny. Okay. It's been so long since we've done some of these early ones. Oops. Okay. So, yeah. So, it basically... Okay, there we go. So, then it's going to give you the gem back for the level you just did, and whatever you need for the next level. So if the next level is the same, it's not going to give you another one. It's going to give you the same thing back. So if you need a garnet to do the next level, it's going to give you a garnet. You know, if I'm at that precipice there from 6, and it's going to give me a garnet back, and then it'll also give me an emerald so I can keep moving on. Yes, as B4 points out, when they first released the Delvings, there were different gems at every single level, and there was like 10 different levels at the time. And so your inventory just got full of these delving stones that you had to keep these gems, because you had, when you succeeded at 1, you got the gem for 2. And then you had a 1 and a 2, and then you succeeded at 2, and you got the gem for 3. So then you had a 1 and a 2 and a 3, and it was just like, it got chaotic. So they tightened it up, and so there's only 4 gems that you have to worry about now, and I'm very glad for that. It's way better for my inventory. So let's see. The other thing to know is that each tier, as you go along, gives you stronger and stronger benefits to the enemy generally for you to combat against. So what tier were you thinking here? A 10? Let's do like a 7. Okay. Wait, do I have an emerald? I do. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, right. I don't have a garnet. Okay, so for example, okay, hang on a second. The reason we're going to do this, let me go back to these categories. There are also benefits that you get when you succeed in doing a delving. So you're going to get, you're going to get a delving box, and you open it up and it's got stuff in it. And the stuff gets better with each tier cluster that you choose. So for example, a 6 will give you good stuff, but a 7, because you've moved from garnets to emeralds, is going to give you much better stuff. 7, 8, and 9 is going to give you much better stuff than 4, 5, and 6. And then 10, 11, and 12 is going to give you better stuff than 7, 8, and 9. So what we tend to do is we'll do the first tier in the next group for that reason. So we're going to skip over 1, 2, 3. And we're going to skip over 4, 5, and 6. And we'll just go into 7. So we're going to do a 7. And it kind of walks me through this the stone thing a little bit. It says the stone is inert, but there is a clear fissure on the surface where one, with a little effort, could affix a gem of some sort. Perhaps you have such a gem in your possession, which I do. And then you can do 10 delving quests every day. So it's telling me I have not done any yet today. Now, if I am successful, I will receive some legendary item experience, a tier 7 delving chest, and a delving emerald. And the idea is when we put this gem in here, so I'm going to accept this quest, and then it's like, okay, put your gem in there. So when I continue this quest, what's basically happening is these gems have like some darkness in them, and I've put the gem with the darkness into this delving stone, and thereby it cracks it. So trying to help release some of that darkness. Oh, did you do it?
Oh, you did.
I did not. I was still reading it. No worries.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Anyway, it's going to crack open. I'm not getting the words. Usually you get a thing across your says that says like,
No, I accidentally moved too far down.
oh, you moved. I don't know. That shouldn't have done it because I was interacting with it. All right, hang on. We got to try this again.
It's just how it works.
Do I need to leave?
Yeah.
Okay, we're both going to leave.
We'll just reset it.
Okay. Well, I might not have my gem. If you fail, oh, I didn't put my gem in it yet, so I still have my gem. If you fail, you lose your gem. Or no, you get a cracked one. I don't fail often enough. All right, hang on a second. Okay, so we'll go back into the mission. Yeah.
And I will stay back here.
Just follow me. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do a 7. Oh, it tells me that I've failed it, so we're gonna retry it. All right, so the idea is that it says the delving emerald fits into the fissure within the delving stone. The emerald cracks and the darkness within creeps out of the stone and moves into the air as a black tendril. A flash of dread fills you, but passes. So, theoretically, I put that in, and it says a vile malice spreads through the area. So now everything that we're defeating is harder. But the idea is that by defeating it, we're helping to rid the world of some of that darkness that has crept in. So that's the reason why you're doing this from a story perspective. Okay, Yaffadil. Let's go hit some things. But yeah, so once we find something, we'll hover over it. Oh, there's one. Okay, so hold on a second. So what you'll see when you hover over the enemies in here, it's going to have a whole bunch of exciting things that you wouldn't normally see on your, there we go. Okay, so it's got delving strength. Delving monsters are hardier and stronger than others. It's got extra morale, damage, range, tactical, and melee. Okay. It has variants 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, these are things that there's a pool of things for variant 3 or whatever, and it could be like, it could be this, that, or the other. So in this case, it deals with health poultices. While this enemy is above 85% health, they will continuously heal themselves. Okay, that one's not too bad. 4, I didn't grab, let's see. Thick hide. Incoming damage on monsters is reduced by half until they're struck with a critical blow. Let's see, number 5 variant. Sauron's Blessing. After a brief induction, heal all nearby allies to full health. Okay, so we don't want that to happen. So as you go up in the delving numbers, you get higher levels of these things, and so it's more difficult to combat. So for example, number 6, we have Encroaching Shadow. Monsters summon the shadows to cover them and mitigate damage. And lastly, on these, a monster attack that will greatly reduce your ability to heal yourself and others. Cleanse yourself. And then I think these other two are just normal, which is he has a thick hide. Critical hit will breach the hide. Otherwise, incoming damage is reduced by 50%. And the enemy is going to heal itself. Yeah, okay. And the cat is very curious about this. Did you, like, make my nose itch, cat? What's going on here? Okay. Oh, before it says these are malices 3 through 7 from variant 5. Okay. Anyway, there's a pool within which these different things can be chosen. Each day, everything you see will be the same, though. So, like, every delving we do, it will have these same things at these numbers. All right, so I'm going to attempt to hit this with a critical hit. Oh, and by the way, from my inventory, the Delving Emerald was removed. That's really funny. We think Affadil may have also critically hit by yelling at it. Okay, so what we try to do is we kind of walk our way through carefully. Maybe I should have saved all my good stuff for here and done a running of arrows. It's okay, I'll do it now. Hey, they noticed me. Could have been the pointy things I shot at them. All right, cool. So we find that if we're kind of careful and plot our way through it, we don't do too badly. But notice how he's got like a little green glow going because of the whole healing your neighbors thing. All right, should we head over here? Okay, well there's 3 right here. But sure. Okay. Oh, I thought we were going down the hill. Generally, there's kind of like a route to this, and the at the end, once you've done everything you're supposed to do, hi baby, the scout will show up and escort you out. You coming up? So we have 2 cats, in case those of you haven't seen our cats before. We have Casper and Cato. Cato sleeps on a cushion nearby me, actually, a lot. And Casper sleeps on the couches and stuff a lot. So they are, well, she was in her little basket, but then she went outside to go sniff the air. Now she's back. Ah, she's getting scritches from before. Very nice. All right. So, whoop, I was seen. Sorry. I was just about to say, what we try to do is not get seen by these guys so we can do the first attack, but that's okay. I got seen. But seems like they're not as tough as some days. There's some delving additions. Well, of course, we're not doing a 10, we're doing a 7.
And we're not, especially not doing 12.
We've been rolling through doing 10s lately. Those are harder. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. All right. Yeah. You know, I'm just gonna shoot things. This is fine. All right, one of our other named ones. Notice he's got an unusual coat, as was previously mentioned. Oh, see, did you see the Sauron's Blessing? So I have, what is that thing, turned on where I can see inductions. And so I saw an induction was happening there. He was working on Sauron's Blessing, which would have healed himself, which we don't want that. Let's see, did he heal? I didn't heal himself, I don't think. And one more here. Oh, hi, it's on me. Wow, he did some damage to me. Okay, so notice I'm standing in a puddle of some sort. I'm going to get out of there because I don't want that to be hurting me. Okay. So I'm going to heal that. So yeah, Casper's... Oh, he was zonked out on the couch, but he seems to have gotten up. Oh, hi, baby. Oh, you are in rubbing on everything mode. Kato is she's so funny. She just loves to like rub her face on everything she can. Yes, you do. Go over here and rub your face. Yeah. There she is. Ooh, sorry, baby. She was so distracted by rubbing her face, she didn't notice the edge of my desk. Where are you going? She's very good at sitting on the back of my chair. Although Casper's been doing it more lately than her. Nice sweet girl. Sorry. So yeah, so this is Kato behind me here. She's the smaller of the two. Oh, and as we mentioned, here's the scout. So the scout will arrive near the end of the instance and escort you back. And then, oh, excellent. So let me turn this in and then I'll go for that. So you turn in, you've turned in the delving quest. You're going to turn in 2 quests. So this one is the delving quest, and he's like, there's something grim about these gemstones, and we found some more, so you record, here's your reward, and another challenge if you want. So I'm going to get legendary item experience, the delving chest at tier 7, and a delving emerald. And then I should also have the actual mission itself that I can turn in, which is into the pits.
Is there
And
something
he's
I
like,
can do for you?
good, thank you for eliminating them. And I get my rewards from them as normal. So now in my inventory, aside from just the stuff we picked up, is the delving emerald that they gave me back, all whole and working. And then a tier 7 delving chest. It has a timer. It expires after 1 hour. So you'll want to make sure you open that. But before I open that, I was thinking I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to show you something in the settings, and then I thought we'd go ahead and do like a tier 10, and you can see the difference between a 7 and a 10. Before I was pointing out that if you want to have that induction bar displaying like I have it, you go into your settings. So that's Control O to open your options. And you go to your UI settings, Scroll down to induction bar display, which should be a checkbox. Now, the other thing, oh, here it is, induction bar display. And so I have checked that yes. Now, you can always just like, if you know what you're looking for, you can always type it in and it will show you on the right-hand side which tabs you're going to find something that matches these words, and then it'll only show you those things under that tab. So for example, like, I don't know, ring. So ring, things that match those letters, R-I-N-G. There's something in advanced graphics, texture filtering, dynamic particle rendering, yeah, so triple buffering. Also social options, enable sparring requests. So it'll just show you what it thinks it has that matches that. Okay, let's get out of here. And let's go do a tier 10, just so you can see the difference between what's in the... is Patrol the Township good for 10? Okay. All of them are good, okay. All right, so we'll go into here. All right, so we're gonna do a tier 10. So again, I click on the Delving stone. I choose what tier I want to do. It says you need an amethyst. And so then I affix my amethyst into the stone. And now we get a dread-filled malice spreads through the area. I did not open my chest because I'm gonna wait and open it at the same time as the 10. Yeah, so we can see the difference between the quality of the goods. Sometimes it's not obvious that they're that different, but sometimes it is. Okay, so we gotta patrol the town and eliminate any enemies. Which, oh, there's one. We have a lookout. I don't know what that is. Oh, we forgot to look at what it is. Sorry, I forgot. Okay, don't hurt the next one. Now we have to go and like check in with the cats. Let's see. Oh, how are we gonna see them? Epic fervor today. Apparently, before I was really excited about this. Let me
I'll go summon them in and then you can look at them.
do a search. Oh, okay. Somebody's coming. Okay, so let's see. 10, 9, and 8. We didn't see those on the previous one. So Malice 8 is monsters deal increased melee damage. Okay. Malice 9, Epic Fervor. Every enemy you defeat makes you stronger. Oh, that one's nice. And then Malice 10, Twisted Armor. Enemies summon a cursed hotspot that protects enemies more and more over time. Move them away from it. Okay, so there should be... Where is it? Here it is. There's like a little... up on top. It says Epic Fervor Tier 2. And then next to it just says Epic Fervor. So it's letting me know that I've got this Epic Fervor going on. Oh, and I've lost you. So if you're in combat with something, you're on your own. Yeah. Okay, cool. Awesome. So as you defeat enemies, your Epic Fervor will go up. So I'm at Tier 3, which gives me additional 30% melee damage and 30% damage, melee, range, tactical. So it's very exciting because we're already pretty DPS-y, and then we just add on an extra layer of, being able to really hit them hard. That's one of Affadil's favorites. Sometimes we take turns, like, because we each can increase our fervor. But sometimes I'm just like, it's my favorite Malice. Sometimes I'm just like, yeah, just hit things, because if one of us gets to like plus 100%, that's pretty neat. But that's where it stops. But that is where it stops. It doesn't go beyond 100%. So at that point, you want to let if you're doing a delving with somebody else, you want to, do it to let them have some. Oh, my paralysis. Come on. There we go. So I'm at Tier 3 still. Looks like Affadil's getting the credit for all these. That's fine. Well, that didn't finish her off. Let's see. I'm at 4. And Affadil is at Tier 9. Yeah. Nice. Yes, that's why you're at 4. So you see it says town location patrolled there. So we're having to go and patrol the town. So we're running into different spots and things. And when we do that, yeah, that's part of the challenge of this, is to go to every part of town. I think we also have to interact with the cats. Is that what you've been doing?
Fortunate cats triggers spawns.
Hang on, I'm going to try and get on top of this beehive. Okay, I'm not going to get on top of the beehive. Never mind. Oh, okay, so the ring just automatically comes off the cat. I didn't have to do anything. Oh, I meant to do that. No worries. I'm going to guess you're staying at 100%. I'm at 50. Oh, we're done. Okay. Now, sadly, that epic fervor is going to go away when we leave. So, sad for us. All right. Sometimes it takes a moment for the system to recognize that you have left the encounter. So sometimes you'll get over here to get those 2 quests turned in, and they'll just be the 1. That's okay. You can go ahead and turn in the 1.
Hello.
And you just kind of pause, and then eventually he'll be ready for you for the other
Just a
main
moment.
thing. So now what do I have? Oh, I have my currency capped. My gray flood marks are capped. So let me buy something.
Did you need something?
Talk to him.
Oh, it's him. Oh, whoops. Ah, yeah.
Hello.
Okay. A lot of these they have. They're giving you special tokens, and they do cap, which is, whatever. Let's see. What do you have? Tome of the Cozy Tabby Cat. I think I have that one.
It's not bound.
Yeah, I could give it away. There's some appearances. There's an Anorian tomb. There's some. Basically, there's some yard stuff. Anorian tile floor. Greenway. Oh, that's little gravel. That's cute. Anorian stool. Broken curved Anorian bench. So this is where I usually go to Deco de Mio and look at what these look like, because I'm curious about the ambient environments, like Cardalon. How does that look like? With the old forest, that looks like spooky. We have Tharbad. Swanfleet might be nice. Or Swanfleet Karis Calebrin. Okay, hang on a second. I'm actually gonna go take a look. So yeah, so as you can see, before I post it in the chat there, thank you very much. And let's see. You know, I haven't set it up so I can show you what I'm doing. Well, basically, I've gone to Deco de Mio, I've typed onto the search bar, and I've just put in Swanfleet because it's going to bring up everything that has Swanfleet in it. So then it's going to show me what I'm looking for, which is ambient environments, Cardalon Swanfleet missions. Perfect. Okay, so Cardalon Day. Oh, so it shows me each one of these. So like the Swanfleet one, yeah, the Old Forest is like dark and spooky. What?
You could share it on your screen.
I don't want to share my screen. Swanfleet Day is very pretty, and Swanfleet Night is full of stars. So is Swanfleet Karis Galebrin. Oh, Karis Galebrin is a little purplier. We'll just grab the Swanfleet Day. Why not? Okay, and maybe a cat to give away. Okay, so I have reduced the number of tokens in my inventory. Now, the thing I wanted to do is show you all the difference between the things. So, let's just couple these all the way. So this is my tier 10 delving chest, and this is my tier 7. So already you can see they look a little different. Like this one's kind of more purpley and shiny and beefier looking, and this one's a little bit more chest, like a wooden chest kind of look. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. So opening the 7, I got 30 delving writs and a delving box of crafting materials. Select a type of crafting materials appropriate appropriate for any tier through Umbar crafting, and it disenchants into 20 writs if I want. The other one gave me 40 delving writs and a legendary sealed tracery, and legendary is the gold one. That's the highest tier, so that's actually quite nice. So the difference was I got 30 delving writs out of the lower tier one and 40 delving writs out of the higher tier one. And delving writs you can do bartering with these
Did
folks.
you need something?
So I currently have 4,400, almost 4,500, and I think the cap there is 5,000. And you can get some good gear, and again, housing items, pets and decorations, yeah, stuff like that. So that's always nice. I'm all about collecting all the pets if I can. So that's kind of what's happening with the Delvings. All right, so I figure we'll keep doing that because the reason we're doing Delvings is, well, they're fun, but also, hang on just a second, let me take care of my nose. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. It's allergy season again, apparently. It hit me really hard. Must have been yesterday. I was like, oh my gosh, I was so out of it. Ended up getting some allergy medication even, which I don't do very often. Anyway, okay, so the legendary reward track is a newer thing, like within the last few years. And what Lotro does is all of those quests where you used to get legendary item experience and it used to increase like the level of your legendary item. It used to apply that experience to your legendary item. Well, now your legendary items are a separate thing. You get them, you keep them forever, and you just keep working on them through other means. It's more like the outfit pieces that have those little slots in them for essences. It reminds me a lot of that. Okay, so now that the legendary items are kind of done separately, they're the way that they're, you know, moved forward and gotten better and made beefier and all of that. What they were like, I think they were kind of like, well, then what do we do with the legendary item experience? So they created this legendary item reward track, and it runs for 3 months, and then it's over, and they start a new one. And as you're earning these legendary item experience, like we just did from these delving quests and the mission quests, it applies it to this track. The track goes to level 100, and then if you keep going, level 101, it just keeps doing level 101 over and over again, and so you just end up with a big pile of the 101 items. So let's start at the beginning though. So it starts off by giving you like a coffer of ancient script is level 1, box 1. Box 2 is enhancement runes. Box 3 is a sealed tracery. Box 4 is enhancement runes. Box 5 is copper, some more ancient script. So it kind of like gives you this little pattern of ancient script runes, enhancement runes, tracery or something related to your legendary item, enhancement runes, currency. So currency, enhancement rune, something, enhancement rune, currency. So back and forth, those 5 things over and over again. And then every so often it pops in something else for funsies. So at level 25, 50, 75, and 100 for sure, there's something good. In this case, like on 15, they also throw in a sealed chest of figments and embers. And then we keep going. So I'm up to box 21 because we've been doing delving since this started. So box 25 this time is a handheld cosmetic item, which is a teapot. So that's fun. It's the same teapot that you can get. I think it's in, I want to say the anniversary festival, maybe. that you can get as a cosmetic or housing item. You know, maybe it's the Spring Festival. Those two are so close together. I often get them a little bit mixed up in terms of which housing items you can get from which one. Spring. Okay. Before saying the cozy teapot comes out of spring. Okay. So during the Spring Festival, there's a cozy teapot, which is a housing item that you can get. Now they're offering it as a handheld cosmetic, which is pretty neat. Yeah, Loshire Hobbit says Yao's site is amazing for housing. Yao is the person who manages, it's Deco de Mieux is their site. It's a site. So it's a fantastic site. Deco de Mieux is, I love it. Okay, so this time the reward track is 25 is the teapot, so I definitely want that. 50 is a slate jerboa, the little creature that hops around on its big 2 legs. And then 75, so it's a cosmetic pet. 75 is, a coffer of Umbari furnishings. The last couple times, I've done this kind of thing twice where it's a coffer of furnishings, and it's been like a whole pile of things for your house. It's like 10 different things. It's like, it's very generous. I love it. So that's 75 this time. And then 100 is a cosmetic pet, the maned lion. So, yeah. Now, these things are only once. Like, when you pull the box off and you open it up, you have what's in there is what's in there. It's not like account wide. So, for example, these cosmetic pets or this cosmetic item, well, the cosmetic pets, you get 1 tome. So it is just the tome, and whichever of your characters consumes it gets that pet. It's not an account wide pet at all. So just be aware of that. Now, each server is done separately. So if you're like me, playing on Treebeard, but also active on Laurelin, you'll need to do the reward track separately on each server. They don't cross-pollinate. The nice thing, though, is all of your characters on that server that have their legendary items are receiving legendary item experience when they do quests, pretty much. Every quest they, from like level 45 on, gives you legendary item reward, legendary item experience. So once you've got your allies, your character is able then to contribute to this reward track. So if you're bopping around to different characters on the same server, all of them will contribute to the same reward track. So that's nice. So what I do is, like at the festivals, I will try to run multiple characters through the festival because they're earning, the festival quest is always given to you at your level. And so that's like max stuff like you're earning at 100% basically at that point. So I love running my characters, as many characters as I can because they're all getting it as long as they're, high enough level characters. Egg Arthur says I maxed season 9, which is the one that just happened, on 2 servers, but only because I cranked out 24 tiers on Evernight on the last day. Oof, that's a lot of work. So B4 says, I don't think I'll ever be able to give up my Sam-approved frying pan, though, as a handheld item. Understandable. Me, I've got my pretzel and my basket of apples, because, you want to make sure you're always ready to go as a hobbit. Got to have your food handy. All right. Well, shall we go do another one?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, all these things that dropped from. Okay. so much equipment to look through.
Oh my gosh, right? So B4 was pointing out that we keep getting these equipment items. I've got so many boots and leggings and shoulder items and all sorts of stuff that I'm like, I don't know what's best. I don't know what I want. Like, so it just kind of sits there for now until I
Might I speak with you a moment?
yeah, until I deal with it. All right, so this one is Secrets and Plans. Let's see, Riders pushed through here in the dead of night long ago, and there's been a manner of ill fortune and foul-mannered folk, hi baby, pouring in from the south. And so we know there's some Southern men making a large encampment, and we need to go and thwart some plans. Now, I think all of these have... Oh, side case before it, yeah. So sometimes, if you have an encounter that doesn't involve any combat, basically, there won't be a Delving Stone. So, but I think all of these have a Delving Stone. Now, the other thing is, notice Affadil's not here yet. If I were to go and interact with the Delving Stone and finish before Affadil arrives, she would not get credit for this, this delving. She would get credit for the mission aspect of it, but not the delving. All right, so you want to do a 10, 11, or a 12? You want to do a 12? All right, so we're going to go ahead and do the highest level, and we'll place our little amethyst in there. All right, here we go. So we have a dread-filled malice spreading through the area. So now we don't know what 11 and 12 are, so if I could sneak up to somebody. Oh, and Eftel also points out any mission where you start really close to the mobs, they also don't have a delving because you don't have time to do it, I guess. Okay, so let's see, 11 and 12. 11 says Sauron's Eye, part number 3. These monsters have a dreadful aura about them. Adds 3 to the current level of dread when in range. Yoy. And number 12 is Pestilent Discharge. On monster death, an explosive fungus grows out from the monster's body and you are slowed. Okay. That's funny. Okay, you want to do any scrolls or anything? No, you just want to show me your sword? Okay.
We already have scrolls.
Oh, okay, we already have scrolls and stuff done. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do the patrol to the left. Okay. Alright, cool. Oh, nice, I got that one. So I'm gonna go invisible for a second. Alright, feel free to yell at them if you want to. Oh, it was just the one. I thought they were tied. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh well. Oh, see, there's the thing that it would explode on us and make us sticky. Don't want that. Target not line of sight. Whatever. So I have a 30% already. Woohoo! I'm the strong one this time. Yeah, as before mentions, he says, yeah, we plowed through about 30 boxes in the last week and whatever spare time we had. It was kind of crazy. You would think after doing this like 4 or 5 times in a row now, we'd be like, hey, what if we do it a little bit every day? Or every week? But we were like, nope. That's not how we roll, man. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that. Before says I'd have to do less planet crafting, which, oh, we would. Alright, not just me. So I may have mentioned this last week, that, I know I did, I'm being silly. I started playing a game before I found a game that he was like, hey, I found this game, I think you might be interested in it. And he played through like the trial, whatever, not trial. And was like, yeah, I like this, and so we started playing it. It's called the Planet Crafter, and it's very terraforming a planet style thing. We play a lot of board games, and I really like terraforming Mars, and so it definitely has that feeling of, you know, with you have the different levels of things that you need to increase. So like you need to add heat to the planet, and you need to add pressure and oxygen, and so there's various things you can do to make that happen, and then as you do those things, that opens up other things that will help you with the other things. So like when your heat gets to a certain place, maybe you get something that helps you release more oxygen into the air, that sort of thing. And then you are on this like abandoned planet, so you're, you know, there's a lot of exploring, which I'm really enjoying, the open world exploring thing. And oh, we've got all the plans, and we got rid of all the bad guys we wanted to. All right, that was it. That was alles. So I'm going to get over here. He's probably just got the delving thing for me. He's not ready for me to turn in the other thing. Nope, he's still not. But while I'm waiting on him, I can go ahead and open my delving chest, because remember, it does expire in an hour. Don't want to lose track of that. I got 50 delving writs and a incomparable tracery token. Yeah, funny thing. Well, the token is nice. Tokens are nice because any character can use them, and you can use it to pick the thing of the level that you want. So that's actually kind of nice. All right, so let me turn that in. Cool. Terrible turtle trouble? It's turtle.
Have a word with you.
Let's see. A terrapin of unusual size living in the ruins at the edge of murky water normally leaves us well enough alone, but recently her little ones have been snapping up all the fish and even snapping at some of our folk. So we got to go and discourage her a little bit. Anyway, so yes, you're kind of running through on the Planet Crafter by yourself, but so we're doing 12 again, aren't we? Yeah. Now's to get the good stuff while we can. The other reason to do a 12 is there are deeds to do in here. Speaking back to Lotro, since we're talking about Lotro, since we're on Lotro, let's talk about Lotro. There are deeds that are associated with these delvings. Oh, I was going to take a look. Nope, I see nothing. They probably haven't spawned in. Oh, we have a turtle, and it has seen us. Goodness. Okay. We defeated a turtle, a youngling. That's got a little red thing on it. Let's see. What am I tripping? If I get away from me. I don't want to be in that purple stuff or whatever. That mushroom stuff. No, thank you. It's a little crazy as a Hobbit because, like, you can't really see what's going on here very easily. I'll try and change my perspective so we can see better. There's those TUSs, terrapins of unusual size. I don't think it exists. Princess Bride is such a great movie. So many good things come out of that. Anyway, so yeah, so there's deeds associated with these. So it's like do 10 level 1, do 10 level 2s, do 10 level 3s, you know. And, oh, sorry, it starts with just do 1. So it's kind of like the, you know, eating sweets set of deeds if you've done that one in the farmer's fair, in the, Harvest Math, yeah, Harvest Festival. So it starts with just eat 1, and then it's like eat 12 of each. You know, just eat one of each, eat 12 of each, eat like 40 in total or whatever it is. It's that sort of thing. Oh yeah, what's my thing up to? I'm at 20. I'm at 2. That's fine. Hey, so we have Pippinshire has joined the chat. Says just started playing this game yesterday. Well, welcome. That is awesome. Well, this stream is definitely very beginner friendly, very newbie friendly. We have definitely some veterans in the chat too. So if you have questions or anything, you are welcome to ask. Don't feel like it's a problem, because it's absolutely not a problem. That's what kind of one of my things is. I enjoy helping, letting people get helped out here. Let's see. We should have one. Oh, here it is. He found me. Hey, what's going on over here? No, Ben. Let me just put you to sleep for a while there, turtle. Thank you. There we go. Time to find a scout. Found a scout. Hi, scout. So we're doing a thing called missions, which is a separate little thing you can do throughout different places. So this is in Cleggur, which is down in Swanfleet, which is a starter area, so you might find your way down there at some point.
Just a moment.
Hang on, let me just
What do
turn
you
these
need?
in. And let me open up my goodie box. Oh, I got some more. Don't give me any more equipment. I don't know what to do with it. It's fine. This is fine. Okay. He had those 4 delvings for us. We've done them, so we may have to go somewhere else. But before I do that, on the map, I'll show you. We're down here in Swanfleet. And if I were to zoom out, Swanfleet is like way the heck down there. So like way over there, that direction. You can see my little green dot on the map there. Excuse me. It's a starter area, but then also the Shire and Breeland and Ered Luin over here are also starter areas. So you're probably in one of those areas. My guess is you're probably in the Shire, given your username. So let's see, the question is there a way to make the text on the right side for quest bigger and make the icon in your inventory bigger? I couldn't figure that out yesterday. So unfortunately, a lot of the UI elements, some of them you can adjust and some of them you cannot. Yeah, before, yes and no. So Control O is going to open up your options. Now, mine's going to look a little different from a color scheme perspective because I have a UI skin that I have put on top of everything, so it makes everything look more Hobbity. Makes me happy. So just ignore that. Your stuff is all blue and white and silver probably. But it's the same information in the same location. So, gosh, where do I start? So Control O will open up this box, this options box. And then you have all of these things on the right-hand side that allow you to affect the way you're interacting with the game. And the UI skin is so cute. Thank you, Pippinshire. I love it. Let's see. I know this is a little advanced, maybe depending on where you are in terms of MMOs and playing around with things, but that link that just showed up there about reskinning the Lotra UI, I use a thing called JRR Skins collection, and that you can find it there. So, okay, so B4 points out, if we go to our options menu, and if we go down to UI settings, he's right here behind me typing this all out. I appreciate that. And if you go down to UI scale, where is that? You know, I'm just going to type it in here. I don't want to search. UI scale. What? Uh-oh. Oh, Quest Tracker. Sorry. Go to Quest Tracker. So Quest Tracker. So see down here at the bottom where Quest Tracker, I found it. Or, you know, the computer found it. You can slide it. So I'm at 1.15 here. I don't have any quests open right now. Let's open a quest here. All right. So let's put a couple of quests on here. So I can zoom this in and out like this. And it moved it. That's really funny. That's really funny. Let me bring this back down here. I'll show you how to do that thing I just did here in a second. Anyway, so you can make it teeny tiny, or you can make it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So that will help you with the Quest Tracker being able to read that stuff. Let me put it back down to 1.15 because that was pretty good for me for sizing. Maybe a touch bigger. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and accept that. Let's see. Yeah, B4 is really great at this stuff. Okay, so let me open that. Oh, I want to move my Quest Tracker back where it was. So this is on my computer and on many computers and many keyboard layouts. It's Control \, the funny one that's the other direction. For me, it's like above my Enter key. So it's this one here. the one that has the bang, or not bang, but has like the stick above it. So it's a backslash is the one you want. So control and the, or maybe it's forward slash, whatever. Control and the slash you never use will open up this UI menu. Notice how my screen just got all weird looking? It's because all of the boxes that are here are now movable. So I can move like the quest tracker. So I'm going to put that back over here where it was, because that makes me happy to have it over on the side. And then like if I wanted to move my target progress bar, like when they're doing their inductions, I can play with that, or my progress bar, or yeah, all these different things that might show up on my screen. Most of them you can find it here. So okay, so we're gonna, and then you do the same thing, control backslash to get rid of that. Yeah, so it's CTRL, and that one is the one I was using. Now, Egg Arthur does point out, though, the key binding for reposition UI, that's what we were just doing, depends on the language and the keyboard. For example, for UK users, it's often control and then Octothorpe or hashtag. For me, and I have international keyboard, so it's control backslash, because I live in Europe, but not in the UK. So I use the international keyboard because that allows me to get to like the Euro symbol and things like that. So, okay, so the other thing, yeah, so quest tracker, we did that. And so B4 also points out there's a thing called the opaque quest tracker, which, yeah, mine is here. And if you get into the land of plugins, it's a hole you could fall into, and it's a lovely place to be. So I personally use a lot of plugins. I love using plugins in the game. It takes information that's already available in the game, and it repackages it for me in a way that makes it easy and wonderful for me to access that information. So in this case, the opaque quest tracker he's talking about is a plugin. So I just opened my plugin manager. If you go to at the bottom, down below me here, the furthest thing over here is like is the carrot, little pointy hat. And if you click on that and go to System, and then that one there says Plugin Manager. So that will take you there. I just closed it, but I went ahead and added it as a quick dot here because I open it often enough that it seemed like the thing to do. So Opaque Quest Tracker, you can change your options. So like right now I have my opacity at like 19%, but I can make it like really dark to make things easier to read. I like to see the background going on behind me, but if it's really bright, I like to add a little bit of opacity so that way I can kind of see what the words are. And I can change the color of it. Right now it's set to like this kind of darkish gray. That is great, but if I was like, oh man, I really want my quest tracker background behind my quest tracker to be red, I could do that. Anyway, that's a whole nother rabbit hole to fall down. And if you want to know and talk more about plugins, right after my stream, B4 does stream, and his stream is called Plugin Along, and he talks all about plugins. And now he often is doing some development of plugins, so it gets a bit like techie heavy, but it's also a great place to, because he'll stop and show you, like he'll bring it up on his screen and show you, well, here's how you do this, and here's how you do this, and then you move over this to over there. So he's really great at explaining that stuff. So if you want to know more about plugins and we don't cover it on my stream, definitely stick around and ask him on his stream, or put it in the chat, because you know there's that too. Let's see, but then I see a wall of text about making the icons in your inventory bigger. So the TLDR here is, as far as we know, there's no way to increase that. So for example, yeah, so like this is the size it is. There's no current way to make it bigger or smaller. The Lotro has definitely talked about, like, so within the Lotro structure, there's like the employees who do things, and they've got like their developers and world designers and all that. They have a community manager, and he streams on Fridays at noon Eastern time, U.S. Eastern time, and his name is Cordovan, and he will answer a lot of questions. He's like the public facing side. And then there's also Severlin, and he's the executive producer, and he's like the head cheese in terms of like making decisions and what's going on and all of those things. So if there's interviews with Severlin, those are great to catch, because those are going to be like, here's the scoop, and where they're at, where their head's at in general. And Severlin has talked about wanting to get 4K stuff in here because he has a 4K monitor, as well as many other people, and that's like a modern thing. But the problem is every single thing you see in the game. So like every single icon. So like this little icon of a drum, this icon of a hood, this icon of a rejuvenation potion. Like every single thing has to be redone. All the pictures have to be completely redrawn, and that is a lot, because there's a lot of stuff in this game. Over 17 years, they've added a lot to the game. So that is a limiting factor in them being able to do it, but it is something that is important to them, and they want to do it, but they don't have a timeline for it yet. So, yeah. So that's kind of catching you up on where the game is. So, oh yeah, and B4 also points out that if you prefer to do things in the chat commands rather than clicking on buttons, you can also type /plugins manager and in your chat window, and it will also bring up the plugins manager. So for example, plugins manager, and it brings it up like that again. So there's, that's a nice thing, is there's multiple ways to get here. Okay, so we have done all the missions, and thereby Delvings, that this young fellow over here knows about. So we need to go talk to somebody else. Is there somebody else we could talk to? So we're going to go over to Cardolan. We're going to go to a place called Hern in Cardolan, and we're going to talk to somebody there. Now, as it turns out, my shoulder's giving me some trouble today. And it just got worse. So we'll see if I can manage through, but I may end up having to end early. We'll see. Hopefully it won't be a problem. I have an idea. So, okay, so we're going to talk to this person here. Dorothkin Hounds? Start at the top? Okay. So we're going to just start at the top.
You lend me your ear.
And I'm not going to read through each one of these quests, these missions, because you'll get to see what we're doing, but I don't necessarily want to, take away the enjoyment of you coming in here and actually reading these quests. So I'm kind of leaving that for the moment. Hey, Pippinshire says, thank you to you both for all the help. Absolutely. And the chat is also really great at jumping in, and I really appreciate how everybody just is very helpful. The Lotro community is, excuse me, a very helpful and welcoming community in general. There's a couple of trolls out there. There's trolls everywhere. What can you do about that? But I would say this is a really great community, and it's a good place to be. Yeah. So Talarian has some thoughts about icons, saying perhaps the icons are present in different resolutions, which are used at specific resolutions, and even if it seems simple to add a different resolution icon, memory restrictions of the engine, etc., might limit those ambitions. Oops, stay here while I get all my goodies from Affodil. Affodil is reading some scrolls and giving us some hope, and yeah, awesome, thank you. Okay, so we have some Dorothkins to find, and they are accompanied by hounds. So we are going to do what we can to say hello. did not take that one, but 2 did it. Nice. Well, 2 plus some yelling, but I don't know. Oh yeah, so let's see. We are playing as a minstrel and a hunter. So I enjoy playing the hunter. I really like hitting things from far away. And hunters are known for having a lot of damage per second, so they're like really good at hitting things hard, especially at the red line that I'm running. I'm using red. So you have, let me open up my Gandalf real quick. You have your different trait trees that you can choose. So usually blue, yellow, or red or yellow. And red for the hunter and for most of the classes is your most DPS style one, the one that hits the hardest. Man, this guy's not taking no for an answer. There we go. Oops, let me get out of the mushroom spot. Bleh. That's terrible. There we go.
There's 2 groups. Join them
Oh, okay, there's 2 groups, so yeah, I assume they're all friends. Okay, let me put down some traps. Hang on a second.
Oh, you're the one on the right.
Sounds great. We have a little practice between us that Affidel is really great at marking things, marking enemies. So the one with the moon is the one that's going to get feared away, and the one with the sun is the one where we're going to be putting our attention to. Yeah, sleepy time for the Jorthkin invader. So he goes and wanders off. And then we work on it. Cool, let me get out of that box because I don't want to be there. So both of us have a skill that is, let's see, what was my bard's arrow? Strikes the enemy with fear, and basically they run away. They run the opposite direction. And Affidel has one of those also as a minstrel. So a lot of times we'll start off with, like, Affidel will fear whichever one that we want to put off. And then if they re-enter the fight and we're not ready for them, then I will fear it. We just kind of take turns like that. Sometimes we run around with kinship folk, and we'll be doing large group things together. And so it's nice to have a system for, you know, how to manage groups like that. Sadly, says Affidel, minstrel fears require the target to have a brain because it is a mind-affecting skill. So if they have no brain... Oh, Sauron's blessing? Okay, we got it. So I don't know if you saw that little induction bar in yellow down there, but that was me seeing that the enemy was about to do something, and I wish for them not to do that. So I did my best to say, no, thank you. The scout's right here. If you were looking for him. Let's see, before and Telerian are still talking about the icon challenge.
What do you need?
So let's see, before it says, I suspect that the greater difficulty is the thousands of icons from 10 plus years ago that only exist in 32 by 32 form and need to be recreated at higher resolutions. Oh yeah, like probably like everything in the collections panel that was, like if you look at, say, for example, your emotes and auto granted, I can almost guarantee that every single one of these little icons is from, like, you know, the original, and is probably terrible if you scroll it up any bigger. It probably doesn't look good at all. For example, things like that. Let me turn in my Jorkins, and then you've gone into siege breaking.
Mind my words, traveler.
So let me follow you in there. And then I'm going to open up my Delvings chest. It's got me 50 Delving writs and a box of crafting materials. So you can see that sometimes, like, even though the 10 and the 12 seem like they're supposedly different, but sometimes you'll see, like, the 12 gives me stuff that seems like it's as good as the 10, or vice versa, I suppose. But you're more likely to get better stuff at a 12 than at 10. And we are still working on the deed for 12s, I'm pretty sure. Well, maybe not, actually. You're prolific at getting us in here and doing stuff and getting us done. So, oh, here they come. White hand soldiers. They found you. How could they possibly see you? You're so stealthy. They'll never see you coming. They'll just hear you coming. Yeah. That's true. Excellent. Shall we go in? Oh, I can't get past this. I have to go around. Okay, sorry. I'm really good at finding the place where you can't walk around the furniture, as I call it. I call all this furniture. All right, I'm gonna shoot this guy. Excuse me while I shoot this guy. Poison arrow attack. See, I didn't block that, I don't think, although after I might have, by like making him not be able to shoot anything. Well, he's resting, you know. We have defeated them. They are resting. I have 20%. Oops, I don't want to just do that. Who do we see? Who sees us? Ah, hello, black arrow behind us. Cool. So yeah, so we're making our way through the camp and defeating the siege, destroying the siege towers and the catapults. But unfortunately, if we do that, these guys are going to see us, and they probably don't want us to destroy their equipment, their siege equipment. So we kind of have to, like, you know, wait, deal with them, and then we can destroy their equipment. Wow, that was a whole bunch of yucky looking stuff they were throwing down, huh? Let's just avoid any of that. So I'll go destroy this catapult. And Aphdel got that one. Awesome. I suppose I can play a cosmetic pet. What cosmetic pet do we want to run with today? I've got cats. I've got plenty of cats. I also have, let's see, there's Willem's cub. Oh, we are the, that guy. Oops, hang on. There we go. Scritches, Willem's cub. Little lynx. So we'll get that guy out. Unless, let's see, I also have the prepared corgi, who's pulling a cart full of treats and stuff. Although I find the cosmetic pets that are carrying little things behind them, they're cute, but they seem kind of, you know, big, and they take up a lot of space. So, yeah, that's okay. Let's see, I also have nearby, I have the merry-making hamster, which looks like this. With his little, he's got a whole bunch of firecrackers on him. It's a very silly thing. That guy's got all sorts of stuff on him, that black hand. There we go. And here comes the other guy back. So many mushrooms. Yeah, I know. You'd think we would enjoy it being hobbits. But they're not hobbit mushrooms. They're yucky mushrooms, unfortunately. They're just bad. Bad mushrooms. Oh. So we're both doing it, and for me it says using that has no effect because she beat me to it. Alright, up and up and up the stairs. So this is why, one of the reasons why I like having Aphdel leading through these things, because you just know, go up the stairs, go do this, go do that. And I'm like, I don't know where to go. So I'm like just following Aphdel through all of these things. Like, I go here, I shoot thing. I go here, I shoot thing. So yeah. Let's see. Okay, we'll go up these stairs. Oh, we have a bunch of things we can destroy. I like it. I'll get rid of the siege tower. We have 2 more siege towers to find and destroy. But first we have to ask these guys to, like, go take a nap or something. Alright, there's one. Where's the other one? Ah, it's back here. I missed it. Maybe? Oh, it's down. We haven't gone there yet. Or did we pass it? That doesn't matter. I think Aphdil's got it. Yep. All right, and now there is a scout ready to take us back home. I think the scout, yeah, the scout is upstairs, up the stairs.
This guy assumed we did it correctly.
Yeah, the scout assumes we did it correctly in the right order and didn't miss something and have to go back for it. It's bold. That's very bold of them to think so. All right, so I'll turn in my delving thing, open the chest. What do we get? Ritz and an incomparable tracery. Okay. And we'll turn that in.
How can I be of service?
So now, part of the reason why we wanted to do a whole bunch of
Stay a moment.
delvings like now is because our characters are at the cap level for the server, which is the Treebeard server, which is a slow progression server. Every 5 to 6 months, the level of the server increases. Oh, where are you at? There you are. And so right now we're level 95 is the server cap, and we are level 95. But hang on, I keep wandering past it. Let me get this in and go. Okay. But in a week, roughly, yeah, next Wednesday, I think, the server cap goes up on this server because we get the next area opening up to us. And so that will take us from 95 up to level 100. And you can only do the delvings when you are at server cap, when your character is server cap. So we'll be able to do the missions, but not the delvings. And the delvings are great for getting this legendary item experience. I got the banner that was here. Yeah, I'm glad you went back for that banner. Thank you. We missed one on the way up. You know, because we do that. Oh, I didn't do anything. I just cool. Yeah, let's see. Don't go that way. We want to go up. Hey, I see a banner. Arthur asks, does delving give more LI experience than non-delving? I mean, basically, yes, because you're picking up a second quest. And so that second quest gives you legendary item experience. So your mission gives you legendary item experience, and the delving quest gives you the LI experience. So you get it from both of them. The quests themselves, like the quest itself, the normal mission quest, doesn't give you more. It's just that you're getting additional quests. Oh my gosh. We were getting a lot of legendary item experience for doing a delving on Treebeard. Because Treebeard is kind of an anomaly, you know, the legendary servers are always, you know, doing things a little differently, and the coding is not necessarily the same because they have to basically limit some things so that you don't have access to everything. But then it also, sometimes things creep in funny. So for example, there's a thing called roving threats. And those are some higher level things that you can find in some of the earlier areas. Like for example, the Misty Mountains, which is like a level 50, 60 type area. No, less than that even. 40, like 45 area. Fair enough. And there's a level 100 creature, enemy pack, something roaming around there. And the idea was to get, you know, give a reason for higher level players to go back to some of those early areas and give them something fun to do. And you're like kind of going around and trying to get rid of these roving threats. And in doing so, you earn some tokens that you can turn in for some fun, some banners to put up at your house and stuff like that. So it's cool stuff. The roving threats, as I said, you can't do that until level 100. But yet, because some of those, for some reason, we're getting the quests on Treebeard even though we can't do it yet because the roving threats aren't here yet. Oops, didn't mean to push that. So anyway, so sometimes the legendary servers, things don't necessarily line up from a coding perspective, and it's way more trouble to fix it than it's worth. Like you just end up breaking things, and that's not worth it. So with that sort of thing, we just ignore it. But sometimes things are to our benefit. And so, for example, when the Delvings came out for Treebeard, we discovered that the legendary item reward track, every time you would do a Delving quest, it basically gave you so much LI experience, I would basically jump into the next box. It was great.
As if it was giving you experience for a level 140 or 150.
Before saying it would give you as if it was the experience you would collect as if you were a 140 or 150. But we were level 90, and a level 90 carrying a big bag of level 140 experience, that gives way further than a level 140 carrying a bag of level 140 experience.
Yeah,
So it was great. But they've since apparently made adjustments, so now it's like as if we're normal. That's fine. This is fine. So my sturdiness is 2. I'm at 20%. That's okay. It doesn't matter. It just means it goes faster because you're hitting things harder, right? Because are you at 100%? Are you at? You're at 10. Okay. So Affodil is doing like 100% additional damage at the moment, which is great. I love it. So I'll go grab this banner. But I can't kill things as fast as you kill things. You kill things. You've got the 100%. You're like the Uber pew 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 pew. See, that's the problem with problem. It's not a problem. Is how to utilize it best. It's like, well, we could let me just take out more enemies in order to uptick my what's it called again? Epic fervor. Or there's 2 scouts. Did you see this? Are there more than 2? They're everywhere. Oh, this is weird. Look, there's like at least 3 rings on the map. That's wacky. Problem, people can't find the scouts. Answer, put scouts by every banner. Maybe that's what they did. That's a smart move, actually. That's just so funny. It's like, poof, scouts everywhere. Yes, it's an answer. That's great. All right, let's open the delving box. 50 writs and more equipment to have to figure out what to do with. Honey, I just need to hand you my computer at some point so you can fix my outfits. The thing that slows me down on this is that they have slots for essences. And so, for example, comparing these boots to the boots I have on, it's 546 armor versus 481 armor. Objectively, the one with more armor is better. But then it has 83 agility. I currently have 155. That's not better. 149 vitality versus 125 vitality. Okay, that's better. The new one would be. Critical rating 391 versus 364. Okay, that's better. Oh, we've done 20 tier 12s? Have we now? Oh, in general. Yeah. So anyway, and then it's got 2 slots. So it's like, well, what do I put in those 2 slots? I don't think I have 20. How do we check this again? Is it a hidden deed or is it a working deed? Okay, so Eriador, Swanfoot, and Cardalon. All right, so Delvings there and back again. 42 out of 100. That's just complete tier 1 Delvings. Tier 2, probably. Oh, there's 11. Complete 12 tier 12 delving missions. I'm at it's 20 out of 100. Okay, but I didn't get anything for it though. Ow. Oh, okay. It's just a cool landmark. So see, like this one, Explosion of Light, complete tier 11 delving missions. We're at 2 out of 10 because we either do a tier 7, a tier 10, or a tier 12. We never do tier 11s. Once I do that, I will receive 50 delving writs and 1,000 virtue experience. But you can see like the next one up. So it's like, do 1. Okay, we did 1. And then it's do 10, which is this one. And you get 50 writs and 1,000 virtue in this case. And then, like this one, complete 2 tier. Oh, that's okay. The other ones were on the 100, it looks like. So I get, looks like you get delving writs and virtue experience. And then when you get to the 100, it's, oh, if we did 100 tier 12s, I would get a title also, Bane of the Darkness. That's cute. I'm unlikely to use that title, but that's fun. And then let's see. Oh, that's tier 6, tier 8, 9. Now, there's also this Delvings Master of Light to complete any tier of Delvings. I'm at 292 out of 1,000. That one will give me a title, Lady of Light. That's cool. I like that. That I might use. We'll see. Panic in the Deep. That's level 5. That's, yeah, it's 5. That's tier 3. That's cute. I hadn't noticed that they have fun little titles. Like for tier 3, it's Shadows Engulf. For tier 4, it's The Deepest, Darkest Crevasse. 5, Panic in the Deep. That's the title of these deeds that you can do. That's fun. Let's see, 1,000 level 10s gives you the Durin's Bane's title. Yes. I do like that one. That's a great title. I like that idea. Let's see, what we got in the shop here?
What do you need?
I have 4,700. I probably should buy something soon because I'll be at cap, because I think cap is 5,000. Let me look at the pets. Oh, okay. I don't have the brick corgi, so we'll go ahead and grab that. Okay. So that will give me another corgi. And then I have, let's see, there's a sandworm and a grabby crab yet to get. So I'll leave those for now. So, yes, before it says we're working on it. We're at 45 out of 100, so we're not up to 1,000. Not close to 1,000 yet. All right, well, let's do, should we do the next one? Hand out.
Let's do it.
The hand out. So, it is not the handout. But I like that, like, kind of, yeah, play on words there. That's fun. Oh, and then after we do this one, here, you want me to do it? We're doing a 12 again?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think any day that we get Epic Fervor, we should burn through the 12s and the 11s.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Okay, yeah. So before it is saying anytime we get this Epic Fervor, which is a really nice thing for us, we should burn through the 12s and the 11s. And yeah, the 11s is what I was thinking of because we are, on the other hand, we could just burn through 12s forever. And then once that's done, move to 11s. So that's fine. Okay, they should start seeing us anytime now. Surprisingly, he did not. Okay. He was behind the tree. Just totally didn't see us. You're in a mushroom spot. Yeah. On the right. Okay. 3 or 4 of them. Okay, sure. Yeah, patrol. Hey, come on over. There's a party over here. Yay, my goodness. Alright, let me get out of the door. Maybe having 3 or 4 at a time is not ideal. That's probably fine. Oh, we still got one. There we go. That's okay. It's really funny because if I lose any health, I'm always like, what's going on? Because I'm so used to just like, pew everything.
Now we've got
Oh, nice. That before it does point out though, we have I've got 40% additional damage, and Avdil's got 30% additional damage now from that little encounter. So that's nice. We can put some of that to use. Target not line of sight. Serious. So funny, the other day we were running around just hitting things and running, and so I went ahead and spec'd out a blue line so I can hit things on the run. And I have to say, I did like it. It was nice to be able to hit things on the run. But I'm so much more familiar and comfortable with the red line that I'm happy to stick with that. Oh, Sauron's boasting, we don't want that. Okay, cool. Good enough. What do I have on me? Am I standing in something? There we go. I mean, we have extra dread, but whatever. I don't care about your dread, man. I'm not a part of your system. We watched that again recently. I threw it on the ground. Most of the song is great. The very end gets a little off the rails, but the rest of the song is quite funny. Not a part of your system. Alright, find a scout. There's only one this time, I think. Completed! Hurrah! Oh yeah, I wanted to open my box here, so we'll do that here in a second. Before I forget.
Megovanen.
Not that box, but the other box.
What can I do for you?
Finish those, and then open that. I got a box of clothing dye. I like the clothing dye. I know a lot of people are like, dye, whatever. But I find it nice because I collect the dyes and I use them on a regular basis, as you might be able to tell with my character here in the blue. I'm not sure which. It's not Arid Lewin blue. Which blue is that? Well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, well, or maybe it does. Hang on. Actually, now I'm kind of curious because I'm wearing. What are you wearing today? She has on the peacock dress. So the only thing one thing I don't like. I didn't say the only thing. The one thing I don't like is that if I look at my character here, at the cosmetic outfit that she's wearing, it says she's wearing the peacock dress, but it doesn't tell me what color it is. And I wish it did, because that would be cool if I could just hover over it and it would tell me. Did you get dye also?
I think Mitchell's call it kill, but...
Oh, I should give you those shards back. Hang on a second. Because I don't need those.
Awesome.
Thank you. Cool. More dice. Hooray! Wow, you got a bunch of them. That's cool. Anyway, so... Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Close that. The peacock dress. So if I click in my wardrobe and then I look at the selection... Oh, you can't see it's behind my head. Hang on. So if I go to my wardrobe and I find the item in question, so for in this case it's the peacock dress here, and I've clicked on, so I've chosen it, I've highlighted it, it's selected. And down at the bottom there is a selection color, and it shows me all the different dyes that I have applied to this particular item on this server. So in this case, my options are default or sea blue. I can tell you it's not the default because the default's very green. So I have applied sea blue to this character. And also I did the same thing with the hat. Oh, but before we get too far off the rails here, I wanted to, hang on, now I'm distracted though. Let me get my die carry-all out. There it is. Let me slurp up those dies, gather, and let me put that away. So we got the Whimsical Patron's Coffer. So, oh, and I was going to put the website link in the chat. Let me see if I can find it. Or maybe before I can find it really fast. Oh, thank you. Oh, of course, because it's a Moobot thing. Thank you, honey. So the Whimsical Patron's Coffer is available in game right now for Lotro points. So this is like a fun, silly thing, and they're not cheap for Lotro points. Like it takes a lot of Lotro points. So it's the sort of thing where you probably want to like save up or buy Lotro points when they go on sale when like you're getting the bonus points. You get like when you get double the bonus points, that's a great time to buy extra Lotro points. So that's what I would suggest if this is something that you think you want to, engage with, these coffers, because they come up and they're available for a very short period of time, like in this case, less than a month. And so you kind of have to like get on it, and then it'll be gone. So let's see if we can find them all real quick. Collections. It's available in the in-game Lotro store for points for a limited period of time. Maybe it's not showing me because I have it. Okay. Let's see.
I do not have. No, wait, I did do that.
It's okay. That's okay. So if you follow that link to like the Lotro site or the Lotro wiki site, it'll tell you all the different things. On the Lotro site, it has like pictures of the various things. So I wanted to go ahead and show you. I will open up my coffer. I have, I'll open it up here on stream so you guys can all see it. So that's why I wanted to make sure we did that on stream. I also, it's dark here. Maybe there's somewhere brighter I can go. I'm gonna go to Bree. Do you want to go to Bree with me?
Sure.
I mean, you don't have to.
Do you want to switch over to that and be done with Delvings for now?
I think we're done with Delvings for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will probably leave it then and step away.
Okay, sounds great. You start preparing for your thing, maybe? Okay. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go to Bree and go stand under a street lamp or by a pond or something. Because I think there's more light. Bree. Plus it's 4 dawn, or yeah, it's 4 dawn, so it'll start getting lighter in the game anyway. Okay, so yeah, this will do. Okay, so this is, the way this works is, now I don't want you guys to like think I'm shilling for the game or something like that. I don't want anybody to ever feel like they have to spend money on something, and I don't want you to feel like I'm telling you to go spend money on something. So like, just as kind of like a, why am I doing this? What am I doing this for? Real quick, because I am in that camp of people that likes to get a lot of the fun things in the game. I like to collect the pets. I like to collect the mounts. I like to collect the interesting outfits and interesting housing items. So when something comes up, I'm often very, very curious about it, and I want to know more. And I want to know, is this a good thing? Is this the right fit for me? Is this something I should spend my Lotro points on? So I will go out of my way to make sure that I have Lotro points kind of stacked up ahead of time for when things like this come out. So I'm ready to, to pounce on it. But I recognize that not everybody is in that same situation. So I just wanted to kind of put that disclaimer out there that I don't want someone to feel like, just because I'm showing this stuff off, that you feel like a pressure or of some sort to go and get it. Okay, so now also, so as before pointed out in the chat there, they cost Lotro points, and there's 3 different tiers. And the way they've been running this is that basically like tier 1 gets you a couple things, and then tier 2 gets you those things plus some more, and then tier 3 gets you all the stuff from tier 2 and tier 1, and then plus some more stuff on top of that. So if you're looking at the website, you can see pictures of the different things, and then if you look at the wiki link, the folks who maintain this stuff, which is usually Eldoleth is really good at this, will show kind of like a side by side, like what kinds of stuff you get. For example, in the lowest tier 1, you get a title called Whimsical, and so you get that also in tier 2, and then also with the tier 3, with each one of them. But then like the simple coffer, there's the simple coffer, the enhanced coffer, and the luxuriant coffer. So the simple coffer has the title Whimsical, but once you move up to enhanced, the middle one, you get Whimsical and the Jolly. And if you get the luxuriant coffer, you get Whimsical, the Jolly, and Hey Doll, Merry Doll, for example. You get mithril coins. The simple coffer gives you 100. The middle one gives you 250. The high one gives you 500. Things like that. So let's see. We also get a weapon aura in the middle and high tier. You get a ceremonial club of whimsy, all 3 tiers. But if you go at the top tier, you get also a staff of whimsy. The highest tier gives you a tome of critters. It's a cosmetic pet that follows you around. I'll show you that in a second. All 3 tiers get the whimsical movement style emote. So we're going to play with that here in a second. I opened this up on Lorelyn and was playing with it a little bit, but I haven't done it here yet, so I wanted to wait and show you guys all. Then the highest tier gives you also the whimsical milestone style emote. I've seen that, and that's amazing. And then the highest tier also gives you some cosmetic outfits, a cap, a mantle, robed tunic and leggings, gauntlets, and boots that all have the whimsical title with them. The middle and the highest tier give you a backpack called the Pack of Whimsy, and the highest tier gives you the whimsical steed with all the war steed appearances to go with it. Okay. So yes, so Cool Witch says, I go as far as seeing what each individual item might cost to see if it's worth it to me. Absolutely. So, okay, so here is the Whimsical Patron's luxuriant cosmetics coffer. So let's open this up. So this is the highest tier, so I get everything. Yeah, Needle, Pine Leaf Needle says, I love the milestone emote the best. It's amazing. I saw it from my side, and then I saw somebody else doing it on Saturday, and I was like, oh, that is really cool. So here, we'll walk through everything in a second. Okay, so maybe I can lay these out in the order that you would get them. So I just got the titles. I think they auto bestow. It doesn't say that in the general chat though. Maybe I have to click. Okay, let's see here. The normal, it throws in an extra normal weapon aura in the middle tier. The whimsical weapon aura, which I haven't actually played with, also comes through the middle tier. All of these outfit items are only on the highest tier. The Club of Whimsy is, okay, that comes in the basic one. That's cool. And the Ceremonial Staff of Whimsy is only with the highest tier. And then there's the mount. Whimsical Movement Style, yeah, that's every tier. But the Whimsical Milestone is highest tier. And then, oh, we've run out of room here. I'm going to have to squish a little bit. Let's see, and the Tome of the Critters. Okay, so maybe we can make this a little bit more obvious. Let me do it like this, maybe. Okay, so there we go. So the basic tier comes with, oh, I should mention, when it's talking about the mithril coins and the, you also get some elixir of virtue, some virtue experience. Those are one character, like the first character that the character that you're on when you get the bundle will receive that pack of the mithril coins and the other thing I just said. So I did that on Laurelyn. So one of my characters on Laurelyn has that. And it's like bound to account, but it's bound to my account on Laurelyn. So only my characters on Laurelyn have access to those mithril coins. But every single one of my characters on every world gets the rest of this stuff that we are looking at right now. So this is kind of how these things work. So just kind of like, in case you're like, how does this work? This is kind of how this works. So I got the title, The Whimsical. I think it just showed up in my titles. Actually, you know what? I can find out. So if I go to character, go to title, and if I type in whimsical, there we go. So it's a whimsical Rosenbloom Clearwater. You are recognized as a valued patron and admired for your whimsical style. So that means also jolly. You are recognized as a valued patron and admired for your whimsical style. So it says Rosenbloom the Jolly. And then there's also Rosenbloom, hey doll, Mary doll, you are recognized as a valued patron and admired for your whimsical style. So I just think that's funny. Hey doll, Mary doll. So there's a bit of like, you know, Tom Bombadil about this going on. Just a little bit. Okay, so the titles are already bestowed. Then we've got this ceremonial club of whimsy that, yeah, every tier gets. So look at this. It's this cute little club, and it has a squirrel on the end. I think that's really cute. I love the little squirrel on the end of the club. Okay, so we have that. And then the other thing we get is the whimsical movement style emote. So you're going to get this regardless of which tier you buy. So we'll go ahead and consume that. And we're gonna, oh, actually, do I want to do it this way? Well, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go into my collections, and I want to go ahead and put this on one of my bars so I can play around with it. So we're gonna show that to you in a second. But basically, you skip like you're Tom Bombadil. Okay. Oh, and let's go ahead. Can I move that down? I can't move that down yet. Hang on, that's spoilers. Okay, then we have this whimsical weapon aura, which, again, I struggle with understanding how weapon auras work, but I think you put a normal weapon aura on your, oh, here, and then you put on your actual outfit the weapon aura that you want to have it show, I think. And it only appears in battle, I believe. Okay, so we're going to add that there, and we'll see what happens the next time I'm in combat. All right, see if that does anything. So that's the Tidebreakers one. We're going to scooch that off. So that comes through the middle tier. Okay, we're going to scoot that over. So now from the highest tier, I'm going to get this whimsical steed. So we'll go ahead and, yes, consume. It's like basically consuming a tome. So that also gave me the war steed appearance for headpiece and comparison and tail and accessory and leg guards and saddle. And then I also have the skill itself. Oh, Pine Leaf Needle says, whether it shows only in battle depends on the aura. Many always appear. Okay. Well, I don't see anything on my pretzel or my apples. So either I've chosen ones that don't show, or it only shows up on your weapons when you're in combat. Like I said, I still struggle to understand completely how to use those. But we're getting there. Okay, so let's show off the cosmetic thing. So here's the pack. So it's got like a little pot there and a pot there with flowers and stuff growing out of it. And then like a sack there, and it's pretty big for a hobbit, but not too bad. Let's scoot that to the middle. Then we also have the boots, which, hang on, that's not the one to start with. We should start with the, there we go. So this is the whimsically robed tunic and trousers, or tunic and leggings, excuse me, along with the whimsical boots and the whimsical gauntlets. So they're very purple. The whimsical mantle, which I actually quite like the mantle, and the whimsical cap. It's very silly. So these are the whimsical cosmetic items that come in the pack. Now, the backpack is not able to be changed. You cannot add a die to it. But the shoulders, definitely. So, well, that's, I mean, black's maybe not the most interesting color to look at. There it is in white. I keep thinking colors that aren't very exciting. There it is in turquoise, for example. So it's a nice little scarf-looking thing. The chest color can also be changed. Sure, let's try that in turquoise too. Why not? So it changes the robe and some of the other pieces there, like the pieces sticking out there. The gloves, let's try that in turquoise so you can see, hopefully. So you can see some of the stripes on there. Actually, let me do it in red. That'll be you can see it better. You see the stripes there change, are the color that changes. Oh, and the head. You can change the hat, make it orange. So you can see the hat there. And the boots. What do the boots do? Boots do... I'm not sure how much of the boots change. Let's take a look. Oh, it's these little stripes here. So it's a little bit subtle. but the stripes down along here is what's changing. So like I changed that to a turquoise. There you go. You can see, boom, boom. Change that to an orange, boom, boom. So, yeah, Colwich says, I think the tunic dyes nicely. It really does. Like, that's a really good color. Let me come up to the, you know, let's just zoom back out. Yeah, there's some nice color. And I love what they're doing with, like, folds and the way fabric kind of, like, you know, has some texture to it. I think they've been having some good times with that recently. Hey, you know, let me reset this. And we'll just go back to the tunic so you can see that a little bit in more detail without all the other stuff I got going on there. I do like how also there's like, it's like you've got a little coin purse or some little, you know, bags attached to your belt. That's kind of fun. And there's some really nice detail happening in here and on the arms. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot, it feels like there's a lot of work that went into creating this cosmetic item. It's very pretty. It's not the style of my characters, unfortunately. So I don't know that that she'll be wearing it much. Although I could actually see Affodil wearing it. So we'll see if Affodil gets excited about wearing this. All right, so let me show you the other things. We've got the ceremonial staff of Whimsy. So a huge long staff, but it's got a couple little green leaves popping out. And it also has the squirrel at the end, so that's really cute. Just like the club has the squirrel. So you see, you've got the small version with the club with the little green leaves and stuff coming out, and then you've got the staff version there. So cute stuff going on. And then let's see, we did all of the outfit stuff, and then I get the whimsical milestone style emote. So we're gonna grab that. And then the Tome of the Whimsical Woodland Critters. So I definitely want to put that on my bar. So we're going to grab that here in a second. Okay, so let's put all that away. Let's grab the emote stuff. So I want that one, and then I want normal. Nope, what was it again? It's using spot toggle on the mouse. Yes, but I want. Oh, maybe it's move, not normal. Yeah, move default. That's important. You'll see why in a moment. And then I want to go to my creatures, and I want to grab the critters. Yeah, and we're gonna scoot off the corgi. And yeah, we're done with corgis for now, I think. That's okay. They're cute, but we've got other things we want to look at. Okay, so close all this up. All right, so first thing, hi, Watchman. Let's turn on the whimsical movement style. So now, when I run, I'm running a la Tom Bombadil. Isn't that great? Now, it works for going forward. Going backward is normal, and strafing is normal. But if you're going forward, and even strafing, as long as you're in a forward direction, it does do the Tom Bombadil skip, basically. So that's fun. Now, if you're like, okay, that was fun, but I need to turn that off, you click the normal default, and then you're back to running like a normal, critter. Oh, now let's put on the whimsical creatures. So they're called, it says friends, that's their name. Whimsical woodland critters. So you'll see we've got a fox and a bunny, and is that a fowl? Is that a bird? I think we got a bird and a squirrel and a deer. So this is really cute, and when you move, they follow, but and when you're standing still, they kind of twitch a little bit or wiggle their noses, like they do stuff. So let's skip around again. And you can see the critters are running through or flying through. Oops, I got too close to the fence, and following me around. However, there is one weird thing that they do. Let me see if I can. So when let me see if I can get a good angle on this. let me skip back over here. So if I turn or move, it's like they're on a platter and they just rotate. So that's a little odd. Like that. Do you see how they kind of like so I don't know if there's going to be any adjustments to that, but it is kind of funny to watch how they interact. So if let's try walking. Yeah, that's funny, they walk with me. So what you're saying, pine leaf needles walking, yeah, see how they just kind of rotate around? Like, it's so weird. Walking works differently for the Tom Bombadil or the critters? Let's put the whimsical move back on. Oh yeah, you walk with like your hand up in the air for the whimsical thing. So if I turn that back off, see when I'm walking, how my hands are down and I'm like, but if I turn the whimsical, see how that's a normal walk? That's a normal Hobbit walk. But if I put on the whimsical walk, it's like my hands are in front of me. And then when I'm walking, I hold my hands kind of like as if I'm holding a staff. Like that might be a good time to use the whimsical staff. So, yeah. Yeah, Pine Leaf Needle says for the move, it does a Gandalf walk as if you had a staff. Hag Barter says, would have loved the whimsical skipping when doing the rift back in the day, running between the bosses. Skipping between the bosses. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. So, oh, and the last thing I haven't shown you is the milestone thing. So, I'm going to turn on the whimsical milestone thing, I hope. And so let's say we go, well, we just go to Breeder right here. Oh, it's not doing it. I didn't toggle it on. What did I not do right here? Hang on a second. That is the whimsical milestone. Oh, probably because I wasn't supposed to. Hang on. Come here, creatures. Let's try this again. What have I done wrong here? Okay. So I want the milestone whimsy. Selected emote. So it should do, oh, because guide debris is not a milestone. Okay, right on. Okay, that was a question actually I had. Okay, so this is a milestone skill. It says milestone / whimsy. And when you look at it, it says, oh, it just says acquired. So basically it's going to do a special thing, but okay, good call. So Pine Leaf Neil says it's only on milestone and return to skills, not hunter skills. Okay. So if you've ever noticed that your skills, like your traveling skills, so let me close this up. So you have a various selection of skills, and there's basically kind of 3 categories. So you've got your milestone skills, you've got, for me, I've got my hunter skills, and you've got your return to skills, and like guide to skills. So when you are in the shop, if you haven't bought these already, there's cooldowns that you can get for each of these different categories. There's 3 different categories. And so basically they kind of overlap. So you buy this one and it reduces this particular set of skills by 30 minutes because the default is an hour. And you buy this one and it reduces these skills by 30 minutes. Or you buy this one and it reduces these skills by 30 minutes. So basically by buying all 3 of those, you reduce all of your skills to 5 minutes, which is what I have done. So now I can't keep track of which one's a what and which one's a that. So there's that. So, okay, so let me use this. Whoops. This is a milestone skill. There we go. So check that out. It's like a willow that has formed around me like this gorgeous, willow made out of light. I wonder, does it work on like your premium house travel? It does. All right, cool. We could do this every minute then. So isn't that just gorgeous? It's so cool. I haven't decided because it's like a lot, right? Like it is something. Um, Let me move out of the way, and we can take our critters with us, I suppose, as they do their weird turn. It's a little bit of that uncanny valley there. Um, so yeah, we'll do that again in a minute. Oh well, actually, then does it work for Kinship House? Oh yeah, it works on your travel to Kinship House too. Oh, that's nice. It works on a lot of these. Um, so yeah, I'm not certain if it's the sort of thing where it's like, this is really cool and I want to use it every time, or if it's the kind of thing where it's going to be cool for a little bit and then it's going to be like, wow, that is just too much. That's a bit extra and we got to go. You know, it's hard to say. Hard to say. Hey, so if I stand over here by Marigold, hey Marigold, I'm gonna take me somewhere. It'll be cool. Whoops, let me just get back. No, you don't walk away. Okay. Here, I'll take myself to my personal house. Shoo. She's like, I've seen willow trees. I'm over it. Okay, so I get to do this on all of my like various travel skills, but not my hunter, guide. Um, yeah, not hunter skills. Okay, well that's fair enough. That's fine. That's fine. But yeah, so that's a pretty cool skill, and I thought I wanted to share that with everybody. Now, oh, and I meant to say earlier, I was actually gifted this package. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I should just mention that because it seems like um, the thing I should share. But I'm still really happy about it, and I probably would have bought it anyway. So, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I took the time to show everybody what I know about the different coffers. And so that way, if you're like, what does this do? What does this mean? What is this thing? Now you've seen it, and you can think about what you might want to do. Now, apparently, there's also like a milestone default. So if I'm like, I'm so over it, I can click that to set me back to not doing the willow. But I think it's kind of cool. I think I might I think I'll definitely keep it on this character. Um, how far up on the? I guess that light just goes all the way to the as far as it can get, like to the roof. Like that's pretty cool. All right. Well, that was fun. All right, well, I'm going to start wrapping up here. So, oh, I can click on the boxes. Hey, critters, let's go check on these boxes. I love how they like gallop behind me. It's so cute. You're adorable. I assume these don't do it. Let's just double check this. No, it's just a normal. Okay, so that doesn't travel. I thought I'd try. You never know what they'll do. Um, so anyway, so that's the fun we were having here. Um, I think. Oh, I should probably go to. Um, oh, this won't do it. That's too bad. Now I guess there's a reason to have my own. So you can have like I use my hunter travel every time I'm going somewhere that you could have like a hunter travel or you could have a personal travel like Guide to Thorns Hall. You can acquire that with reputation, and I was like, okay, um, oh, I'm over on these things. Okay.
What do you need?
Sorry, distracted for a moment. Anyway, I always use my hunter guide because I figure, if I have somebody in my fellowship, I want to make sure they can come with me. So anything that I've earned that is the same place, I've gone ahead and hidden those skills so I don't have to worry about it. But now I'm like, oh, if I used my own, travel to Thorin's Hall that I earned through reputation, maybe it would have done the Willow thing. So now it's a reason to maybe have that out. That's okay. No, I was just curious to how I was doing on my tokens of valor. Let me pull up my wallet. That's not a wallet. That's a wallet. Not Grey Flood. Valor. Oops, that's not what they're called. What are they called? Oh, maybe I misspelled valor. Maybe it's Valor. Nope, it's not. What are those things called?
What's that?
The tokens for this guy.
Hero.
Oh, heroism.
It's the Paths of Valor.
Oh yeah, tokens of heroism. I'm at 12 out of 60. Okay. So not in any danger of filling up on that anytime soon. Oh, and I almost forgot to open my Hobbit present. So let's do that.
Your landscape filter turns off so you don't have those tokens.
Oh, thank you. So I was curious if I had gotten any of those tokens while we were doing Delvings today. But before has pointed out to me that when you're doing Delvings, not just missions, but Delvings, it turns off your landscape difficulty, and thereby you do not earn those tokens that go to this guy. Okay, that makes sense.
But if you do missions without Delvings, you do.
Yeah, so if you're doing missions, but you're not doing the delving aspect of it also, then you would probably have your landscape difficulty on even solo or duo. Okay.
Especially
B4
solo.
says definitely yes. All right. Well, so that's the fun and silliness that I wanted to make sure I showed everybody before I, consumed all of the pieces of it, because I wanted to take the time to kind of like break down the different categories of that coffer that's available right now. So that way, if you were looking to get it, you would have a better idea of like what these things do and what they look like, and yeah, be able to really enjoy them, hopefully. So, oh, the rain has just arrived. So, okay, well, I'm gonna tell you all a good day. So let's see, we should be here next Tuesday. I think everything's normal for right now. So I will wrap it up here. And B4 will be coming on just after me. He is doing his stream plugging along. In fact, let me show you what happens on Tuesday, if I can spell the word. Tuesday. I started to spell it. So today's streamers are Little Redhead, that's me. And then we have B4 coming up, that's him. And then in the evening, US time, so like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, is Meilung, and doing a transit through all of, traveling through all of Middle Earth. But so if you have any other questions for me, pop them into the chat. I'll be around. I'm just going to grab some dinner, and but I'll be around during B4 stream. So stick around for his stream plugging along. And if you want to ask questions about how to do a plugin or how to use it or how to load something or any of that, feel free to bring that into his chat or any of the Lotra related stuff. So, all right, have a great rest of your evening. I'll see you over in B4s. And remember to stay connected to that Hobbit side of your heart. All right, take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.